Ready? Sissy?
Let's do it. Before I start this video, I would like to say that at the end of this video, there will be a fuse panel diagram, both vertical and horizontal. So let's begin. Okay, so we're dealing with the 1984 Chevrolet K30 four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive has no relevance whatsoever though. Okay, so when I was coming back from the cabin a couple weeks ago, it was raining, so I turned the wipers on. And this happened on my way back from actually purchasing this truck however many months ago, 6 months ago. The wipers are very slow. It doesn't matter if they're on, you know, the 2-speed section or the delay. They were very slow. They go, So on my way back from Shelton, they actually stopped working. They were working on the way to Shelton, and on the way back, everything stopped working. So I have done a lot of research on the windshield wipers, and people have chased gremlins for many months trying to get the windshield wipers to work or to go at regular speed. So the switch is in here, and you have to take the steering wheel out. You have to take all of the assembly out of the steering wheel. You have to break the steering column down all the way almost to get this case off to be able to access the one bolt that needs to come out to get the switch out. So then the wires run down underneath, and then you have the pulse monitor or whatever. So that causes your windshield wipers to have a delay. So you've got a plug on this end and you got a plug on this end. And then your fuse box. So from the investigation that I have done, there are two different fuse boxes. There is a vertical one and there is a horizontal fuse box. So the vertical fuse is at the very top. So if the fuses are running up and down instead of side to side, the fuse is at the very top, and it's the only fuse up there. If you have the horizontal fuse box going side to side, it's in between the ignition lamp and an accessory fuse. The wiper fuse is in between, because on my fuse box you can't see the lettering that says wiper on it, and you have two separate fuses. You have a wiper and a washer, and I never did find the washer fuse, but we're not dealing with the washer, we're dealing with the wipers. So and you cannot get 84 was 1 year only. It has a different module. This is 1 year. The plugs are the same, and 84 to 91, I've read that they will fit. If you're trying to get this 84 module, you're gonna have to go to the wrecking yard, because you cannot buy them. Like I said, they are 1 year only. 78 to 83, that's kind of a plug and play situation. If you want to swap the column out or the switch out, all this plugs in to each other, and you can actually, when you unplug this module, you can actually plug the two ends together. And I tried that, and nothing worked. So the wipers did not work. So I'm presuming that it's the switch is different, because it's a 2-speed. If you were to plug those two ends together, it would be a 2-speed switch, which would be on the dash, because 84 was the first time that they had a switch in the column. What else? I think other than that. So anyway, to get to my situation here, the wipers did not work. So I unplugged both ends. And it's actually kind of difficult to get those unplugged. They're very tight. And I was going to go to the wrecking yard and find another one, and then I was going to try the 85 to 91. And these things aren't cheap. They were like, I think they were like $150. So I really didn't want to waste $150. And there is the number if you happen to want to look that up, which they're unavailable. So I unplugged the two. I looked at the connections on either side, and I actually did all of my research after I unplugged it, and then I thought, you know, I cannot. I'm not going to spend $150, and I'm probably not going to be going to the wrecking yard anytime soon to try and find another one. And the other one, you know, the one in the wrecking yard, who knows? I mean, if it's sat out in the weather. It's an old truck as well, so who knows if it's good or not, and I'm sure it's probably cheap and you can try it. But anyway, so I plugged the pulse monitor back in, and lo and behold, the wiper started working at regular speed. So that, I would suggest pulling the two ends out. Maybe if there was no corrosion on them, but if there is, spend a little time to clean those up and slap that thing back together, and they just might work. So anyway, mine did, and I've read a lot of stuff about wipers. People, that is a sticking point for these square bodies, are wipers. So anyway, there you go, a little bit of information for the GM square body guy, that the wipers run too slow, for God's sakes. Kids are sleeping in the back seat, and we're done with this.